Welcome to your Tuesday, everyone. 6 o'clock. Thank you for starting your day with us here on Sunrise. Jason Hackett here with you. Spring is on everyone's mind. It is the first day of spring break travel. The airports are packed, but Minnesota has some different ideas, John.
Yeah, what does spring mean here? Don't know. Spring begins 10:06 p.m. tonight. We are tracking snow Thursday night. The odds have gone up about another 10%, so they're climbing. They're not going down, and we are looking at the weekend storm. I'm calling it a storm because I know there's going to be a storm. Is it rain or is it snow? We got to get through Thursday first. Today, first day of spring, will feel like it. 36, windy though. Going to be windy outside. Now, the winds will hold temperatures. We're not going to cool down. We're going to actually climb throughout the late morning, so warmer start. Being in the 40s, 45 at noon, 48 this afternoon. But look at the winds here, 20, 30 miles per hour, and those winds are going to be gusting. So we will take a look at the updated totals, the bullseye for this on Thursday, and then I'll dabble into the weekend, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Cece?
Hey, happy Tuesday. If you're headed out the door right now, nothing to slow you down at all. I haven't tracked one crash this morning, which is really great news. You can take a look for yourself at your own route right here. There was some construction over in the East Metro, but that cleared up about 10 minutes ago, so everything should be good that way. Live look over Minneapolis right now. In a few minutes, I'll have some drive times for you. Jason.
Cece, thank you. So if you're traveling this week for spring break, the next 48 to 72 hours could be a nightmare at MSP. Not only is the airport expecting a flood of travelers, but like John said, snow could be moving into the metro. So Michelle is live from Terminal 2 with what to do if your flight is canceled or delayed. Michelle.
Hey, good morning to you, Jason. So for the folks here this morning, it looks like all the flights here are on time, so good news for them. But like John was saying, with bad weather on the way, fingers are crossed that anyone trying to travel later this week will make it to their destinations stress-free. As the week's end could be the worst for snow, MSP administrators also expect it to be the busiest for travel. On Thursday and again on Friday, nearly 48,000 people are expected to go through these checkpoints. So be prepared for cancellations or delays and navigate through customer service with this online tool from the DOT. There's 10 major airlines on here, and for questions like, can I rebook on a partner airline for free? Look at all the companies that would say yes and those that would say no. Coming up in the next 30 minutes, we'll talk and hear from or get the latest tips from industry experts, sharing their favorite apps when it comes to travel and other expert recommendations. Jason.
All right, Michelle Beck reporting live. Thank you. Take a look at this new video here showing authorities performing a pit maneuver after a chase on I-94. This is traffic camera video just before midnight on I-94 near Woodbury Drive. As the driver gets off the freeway, a squad car hits the back end of the vehicle and the car winds up in the ditch. Now we have calls into the State Patrol to find out exactly what happened here. As soon as we hear back, we'll let you know. New information about an Amber Alert last week that has a woman facing several charges, including child neglect and child torture. Prosecutors in Todd County say 36-year-old Jennifer Stately was taken into custody about 3 hours after her 3-year-old son was reported missing Friday from Red Lake tribal land. Prosecutors say the boy was showing several signs of abuse and neglect. If you live over in St. Paul, there's a meeting tonight on copper wire thefts. Police and city leaders will be there to answer any questions you may have. The city estimates several thousand light posts were hit last year, mainly around Como Lake. The city has invested nearly $800,000 for replacement posts and theft prevention, like metal bands to wrap around access doors. This morning, there's mixed reaction to a Republican-led bill to preempt cities from regulating rideshare company pay. The move comes after Uber and Lyft say they'll leave Minneapolis over a new city ordinance setting a minimum wage for drivers. Governor Walz is now weighing in.
My hope here is that at the end of the day, people take a step back and then everybody comes to the table. But it is not acceptable to not come to the table. That is for the rideshare companies need to get back here and do this. Legislators need to come and work on this.
Now, Uber and Lyft say they'll stop taking rides May 1st if the ordinance takes effect.
I'm Heidi Wigdahl. Other rideshare companies across the country are eyeing the Twin Cities as a place for expansion if Uber and Lyft pull out of the area. The CEO of Rides, based in Texas, says once they're licensed here, they're 100% ready to come in. With Rides, drivers pay a monthly subscription, then keep 100% of the fare. Meanwhile, the software company Empower is also looking at Minneapolis. The city says so far, no new company has submitted an application for a transportation network company license. Once the city of Minneapolis receives an application, it takes 2 to 6 weeks for approval.
Time now 6:06, and we are tracking big news from Capitol Hill right now. In the last 8 hours, House lawmakers reached a tentative spending deal to possibly avoid a government shutdown. The last big sticking point is money for the Department of Homeland Security. The other 5 spending bills were settled last week. House Speaker Mike Johnson is giving lawmakers 72 hours to read the text before a vote. The Senate will need to approve the deal by midnight on Friday. Now, here in Minnesota, we now know Governor Walz's supplemental budget wish list for this year. The blueprint is just $198 million. That's on top of the $72 billion 2-year budget from last year. And that would leave $3.5 billion surplus on the books heading into June of 2025. Money would go to things like bolstering rural EMS services, clean water projects, and child care and protection. It's been nearly 3 decades since the University of Minnesota last operated its on-campus health facilities, and this morning the U says it intends to buy all of it back. The Board of Regents signed a non-binding letter of repurchase last month for the academic health facilities and teaching hospital from Fairview. However, there are still a lot of questions about the deal and how much it could cost, especially as the school also plans to build a new facility with a price tag around $1 billion.
What is it going to cost for the U of M to buy back these facilities?
That's a good question, and we don't really at the moment know the full answer yet. That is part of reaching that LOI agreement, is that then enables Fairview to now provide us with detailed financial information.
The two sides have to negotiate the long-term future of the partnership. If they reach an agreement, they would share operations of the medical center for 3 years until the U could take full ownership at the end of 2027. A warning this morning about scams possibly linked to the United Health Group cyber attack. Officials say scammers are calling people claiming to be representatives from hospitals, clinics, and pharmacies trying to get information over the phone. So a reminder here, do not give out your information because your hospital will not call or email you and ask for a credit card number. Time now 6